Welcome back, folks, to World of Warships Legends. I'm Soopa-Dave, and today we are in the République. I call it the Republic a lot, so bear with me. You guys aren't here for pronunciations. And today, this thing is on sale till the end of the week, by the way, just so I do remember to say that. But you can get this for global XP in the shop. I think it's 1.8 or 1.4 million global XP in the shop. So anyway, guys, it's a good ship. This is Republic is a really solid ship. We're going to show you the Dunkirk build here. Just use whatever you use on your French battleships. I like Dunkirk quite a bit because of her shell switching type, which I'll show in a second. But we're using Pablo de Revel Ayacino for the grouping because the French grouping is rough, okay? Or can be rough. Not so much on this ship, but I use her on everything. Now, flammable cannoneer, frontal fire, which is this is a crazy one. Now you do a little bit less damage, but you can switch all your shell types in a matter of a second or two when it's fully loaded, and that is very handy. Otherwise, you could take gyrating drill bits if you did want. The AP is definitely good enough for that, but it does take away your speed. Marksmanship and master mechanic, along with fight fire with fire. For your modifications, aiming system mod 1, propulsion and concealment is always in the second and third slots. And in the last slot, we're taking a main battery mod 3, which if you did want, you could go ahead and upgrade. For your loadouts on this build here, because we have Dunkirk, we get a little bit more. I think we get 2 more heals. They are pretty good heals. They're not amazing, but they're definitely handy. You have a enhanced secondary targeting. These it does have slightly longer secondaries. I would not build into them here. The range when you're going to be going up against tier, I mean, I think you can get maybe 10 kilometers out of them. So that's really not what you want for at the tier. And then 2 speed boost, which is really handy in this ship. Not normally a big speed boost guy, but when battleships have them and you can get the flank, that's pretty good. That really does help you. This is one of the most consistent and best battleships at the tier. I know some people may not agree, but it rivals Wisconsin, and Wisconsin is one of my favorite ships in the entire game. It is my home state ship, obviously, so I like it a lot, and I'm a little biased towards it. But Republique is very good as well. Survivability of 60 or 76,000 hit points, 55% torpedo reduction. So not bad there at all. Artillery, you have 8 17-inch guns, guys, and these things are awesome. I do like these quite a bit. They reload in 21 seconds. They do have a rough 180 time, but most of the time you're going to be on a flank, so you're really not going to be flipping your guns too often in this. But uh, at 21 seconds, and your HE has a 48% chance to start fires. Your AP also is really good in this too, but remember we're taking that 5% debuff to our damage because of the frontal fire perk that Dunkirk has. That being said, this is pretty darn good when you think about it, because this would be equivalent of a 12 gun broadside at 30-second reload, right? So if you're gonna have a 30-second reload, this would be getting like 12 guns off every 30 seconds. So you see, pretty solid on the DPM side of it for a battleship. AA defense, it's great, right? Like you guys are gonna see, I have a really good match for you guys to show a lot of things about this ship. It's I wouldn't say it's the world's highest damage game, but it is definitely a very good showcase of the ship, and one of the things is going to be the AA. This has one of the best AAs in the entire game, and I know there's ships with 99 or 100, but all of your AA is out past 4.5 kilometers, all of it. So if you built into the AA, you have a ton of AA out at distance. A lot of ships, when they have good AA numbers, they might have some at 2 kilometers or 3.5. This puppy's got it all, pretty much all at range. Maneuverability, maximum speed of 30 knots. That doesn't seem that quick until you're in it and you have the speed boost and you're doing 33 or so, and you can get the flank. Rudder is not ideal on this thing, but that's okay. And turning circles about average for the tier. Concealment. It's a battleship. You're not going to sneak up on a dead moose in open water. My stats in it. Believe it or not, I got this early on and didn't play it much. I, for some reason, very early on, didn't care for the French battleships, so I didn't play it very much. But I hopped back into it today, and just to get a couple or a video for you guys. And this thing was really fantastic, and I had no issues with it. That being said, I wouldn't go fully by these stats because obviously, this is some of my old. I think 10 of them were on my old, old playing style of just being dumb. So to consider these stats are that good, obviously, just after getting it back into it 5 games, you can see ship is definitely really good, even with my bad playing in the very early on stages of having the ship. Um, we have survived half the battles with taking 1.2 million potential damage against us. We're averaging 120, which that I can assure you go up. And you can see it shoots down planes just fine. And while I'm not going to show you my max damage game, because that's really easy to shoot at battleships, what we're going to be doing is actually going to kind of show you a really well balanced match in this thing. As we start the match, it's disclaimer time. This is a beginner's video meant to help people new to the ship or new to the game. This is not meant for professional gamers that know everything there is to know about everything in the universe. There are multiple ways to play and build this ship, and I am an above average player, not the world's best. I make mistakes. You may see one in this match. You didn't come here for pronunciations. I'm as good as anybody at slaughtering beautiful languages all the time. With that out of the way, we're at Haven. I got in the ship for 5 games, won all 5 games, and had some really awesome games. In fact, this might be the lowest damage game of them all. However, it is going to be the best showcase of them all. We are at Haven, and we're going to see everything from shooting down planes, getting the flank, switching shell types, and you're going to see a very solid showcase of this ship. Also, the enemy team has a Percival on it, right? So, not a Kaga that you're going to shoot down a cajillion planes in really easily with. This is going to be a good showcase of the AA, in my opinion, as well. So, we're going to go ahead and get the flank. This ship is good at a fairly well-balanced ship. The HE's solid, the AP's solid, it's speedy. It's pretty well balanced. In fact, I think this would be most people's go-to ship at Tier 8 before Wisconsin came out. Probably one of the most consistent battleships you're going to play. And I kind of forgot that till I got back in it. This thing was a lot of fun. Them 5 games were just... I got this, I think, my first or second match, and I just kept playing. Because this was a lot of fun. Probably a ship I may stay away from a little bit because it is pretty powerful. It can hold up with Legendary tier with not a whole lot of issue. And like if you go up against I always call it a Hakalugi, the Japanese Hakero aircraft carrier. Trust me, it will shoot down more planes than what I'm going to do in here. So, uh, not too worried. I've never in this ship. When you're even if you're at legendary tier, it's really good. If you get a tier 7 match, this thing it almost feels like cheating a little bit. I wouldn't say it's a broken ship. I just think it's a very solid ship. Of definitely a very good ship. And you're gonna see a switch to HE real quick there, and go ahead and get a shot on La Foundry. Now you saw how quick that switched over. We got a fire, one fire. We didn't aim the best. We just popped that shot out. And to be honest, because of the solid fire chance that this ship has, we get a fire. He damaged cons. We're gonna go ahead and put another fire, or we're gonna send more shells at him, because AP is not gonna do much when he's aimed like that to us. And look at that, a permanent double fire, right? So knowing when to use your shell types, definitely a big thing, right? When you have Dunkirk as a commander, very handy. Now we see this Michelangelo, and I know what you're thinking, right? There's other stuff available to shoot, probably across the map, but right now we want to stay dark and try to catch this Michelangelo off guard, because now we're not spotted really outside of anything by a plane. He gets spotted. We're going to go ahead and take a shot here and start to turn out, because the last thing I want to do is charge into a Michelangelo with really good secondaries and torpedoes. Meanwhile, you can see the carrier is still trying to murder us. I'm not sure why he picked me to go after, but he definitely did want to kill me in this match. And we're going to go ahead, go dark. Michelangelo is smoked up. And when somebody smokes up, if you're not spotted by somebody else, quit shooting. Let them waste their smoke and get into a better position to take on whoever's in it. Michelangelo gets radared, and we are going to go ahead and slap him pretty good, as we took well more than half his health off right there. Right, and now he's going to get some secondaries off here for a little bit, but again, he didn't learn from last time. He got a heal off, and he gave us a little bit more health to take off of him for it. And we're going to go ahead and put that double fire out. As you can see, we again chunk him. Like, pretty solid. So you can see a very good showcase of the AP there. We're backed off Michelangelo, and, and the good showcase of the HE. Pretty effective HE as well. Now we got up against this border, and you can see right away I am trying to turn to the right to get off the border here. And it just, slow rudder is all, but here in a second, I'm actually going to speed this up once Michelangelo dies, because I go dark, and then try to take a little bit. I put myself out of the match here, but you don't want to charge a Michelangelo, so we're going to charge up while we're shooting planes. Then we do, in fact, see the main, and you can see we switch shell types to AP, right? And I didn't know, because you can't see obviously here, but La Foundry, him and La Foundry were hitting each other. So shots were a little bit more forward than what I was going to do, or wanted to do, as we're going to take down some more of the carrier's planes, as he is again still trying to come after me. Honestly, the carrier did more damage to me than anybody else, I feel, in this match here. As you're going to see, we're going to take another little shot at main, and for our last shot, main's getting a little bit too broadside here. Not that he's got a lot of health left anyway. And as you can see here, we get the second shell that hits him as a citadel, and he is done. So we are going to push up. Not really afraid of a whole lot at this point. La Foundry is the ship that we double fired earlier. We're going to move up, try to do the same exact thing again, right? Switch to HE. He's angled to us very well. So not a whole lot we're going to do to him, right? So we're going to go ahead and try to start him on fire. Now, As you can see, this time he kind of learned his lesson. He has not put out that single fire. And so we're going to go ahead and start try to get a second one as well on him, as our Jaeger, who was at the back for a little bit, has moved up now and is throwing torpedoes at him. And we are going to go ahead and push up now. Off into the distance, you can see the carrier is spotted. And now it is a wonderful chance to get our revenge. We have HE loaded. We're actually going to switch that to AP as we get our clear sky. And we definitely want to get revenge on this Parzival, who has been hyper focused on me most of the match. We do get a clear sky, and it's not like Parzival planes are like Kagas. You know, they do have some health, so to get a clear sky on Parzival, not too bad as we get our high caliber. We took a shot when we were basically out of range, just trying to see if we could get lucky. And now we're going to take a much better shot, and that is a pretty salvo. République, you get some really pretty salvos out of. Is a pretty accurate battleship consistently, but you get some really pretty looking salvos that come out of it. I am not kidding you. That salvo was pretty nice, and as you can see, that looks like a pretty good salvo, as well as the carrier still is trying to go for me. And Picardy goes down. The reason I'm not worried about Picardy in that situation, guys, it's a secondary build, right? So he's not going to have 19 kilometers of range on that build with secondaries. So why was broadside to Picardy there? And I really wanted to get the carrier back. And the last of the match, the cruisers were on the other side of the map, so we couldn't really help them out. But I know it was a quick match, but it really showcased the ship well. We got a high caliber, clear sky. And also, you can see top of leaderboard helping our team win. Anyway, you guys have a wonderful day. We'll see you next time, folks.